G'day everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Sunday 20th of February and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a video of my meal prep or my food preparation for the week. I was recently on the Move Sweat Suffer podcast with Joe and Lee and on there I commented that I've been eating the same food for lunch a couple of times a day, every day for about 5 years, which is a batch of chili that I cook at the weekends, and a couple of you guys asked for me to do a video on what that looks like. So today that's what I'm going to do. It'll be a video of just to take you through how I do my meals for the week. So just to get started, we'll have a look at the ingredients and then we'll get into cooking the chili. Before I start that, what I would say, when I started cooking this chili, it ended up getting the name garbage can chili. And the reason it's garbage can chili, one is that I make a big batch, so it's in a pretty big pan. But the other reason is that any kind of leftovers in terms of like vegetables or any vegetables that are in the fridge that are getting a little bit soft towards the end of the week, they all go in a tub in our fridge, and rather than them go in the bin, they go in the garbage can chili. So it's a really good way to kind of use up a lot of food, vegetables and so on that would normally end up in the bin. So I've got some carrots and some broccoli there today that were getting towards the end of their life in the fridge. They were a bit soft, weren't really something I would have put in a meal for the kids. So they're going in the chili today. All right, so let's have a look at the ingredients. All right, so obviously for our chili, first thing we've got is our meats. You'll see there I've got two 500 gram packs of a pork and veal mix and two 500 grams of some grass-fed beef. So that's 2 kilos of meat going into the chili today. That 2 kilos will make for me 10 meals. So there'll be 200 grams of meat in each portion. There's some broccoli, there's those carrots that I said that are getting a little on the soft side, but they're great for a chili. Some beans, you can use kidney beans. I've got a 4-bean mix there, which has a whole bunch of different beans in it. Can of tomatoes, that's a can of tomatoes with some chili in them. Chili flakes, fresh chili's fine, or chili oil, and obviously use as much as you like, depending on how hot you like. I cheat a little bit. I try to make this prep as quick as I can, and I just use a chili spice mix. But really that's just a mix of paprika, cumin, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, bit of oregano. So it's just a mix of herbs together in a packet, but it's easier and quicker for me. And then the last thing there is some passata or pasta sauce or essentially a tomato puree. The only other things that aren't shown there is some olive oil, a little bit of olive oil to go in the pan first, and also some garlic. I used crushed or minced garlic that we have in the fridge, but you can use fresh garlic if you've got it. All right, that's the ingredients. We'll get started. All right, guys, we're going to get started here. I got my big pan. You'll see I got some olive oil and a whole bunch of 2 big teaspoons of crushed garlic in there. So it's going on the heat, and we'll just warm that up, get the oil nice and hot. And once the oil's nice and hot, the meat goes in. Now, I said at the start of this today, I've got beef with a mix of pork and veal, but sometimes I go just beef. Sometimes I might go just pork. Sometimes I might do turkey mince, even kangaroo if I can get kangaroo. It's really low fat, good protein. So I just mix it up each time. So when you're eating the same meal 2 days a week, 2 times a day, 5 days a week, you got to find ways to mix it up a little bit. So that meat variant could be pork, veal, beef, as I said, sometimes turkey or chicken, and sometimes kangaroo as well. So yeah, I think if you're in America, you can get bison, which is really good. Any of those meats will work. You just got to try it and just see how it goes. So you hear the oil's getting nice and hot there. Chuck the fan on, and then the meat just goes in. and then we'll brown that meat off. So that'll be, I won't video the whole thing, but we'll just keep stirring it through and browning it until it's all kind of cooked down, got some colour to it. Alright. So there's our meat, guys, in the pan. And so that will just simmer away now for probably take about 5 minutes. By the time it's all browned through, we'll keep stirring it through as it browns off. Alright, that meat's been frying off for about 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. It's nearly all browned now. I'm going to chuck the vegetables in there. So I've got some broccoli going in, and I've got the carrots going in, and I've also got the beans, the four bean mix that I had. That's all been washed because it comes in a saline. It's very salty, so you've got to wash it thoroughly before you put it in. So that's all washed off. Get those in there as well, and we'll cook them along with the meat while it's just final stages of browning off. So there you can see what it looks like. It's most of the meat's brown now, and we'll just cook the veggie through for a couple of minutes. Alright, those veggies have been in there for a couple of minutes. Meat's all brown. We're going to add our chili spice mix and throw that in, and we'll stir that through, and we'll cook that through for probably a minute to 2 minutes just to cook it through. And the other thing we're going to add at this point in time is the extra chilli. So I like my chilli quite hot. I use dried chilli flakes at the moment, but I have used oil and I have used fresh chilies in the past, but we'll just use flakes today. So we'll put a couple of tablespoons of chilli flakes in there because we want it quite hot. Alright, so there you can see there's a decent amount of chilli flakes thrown in the top. We'll stir that through, cook it for about a minute or so. Alright, that chilli flakes, they've been in there probably a minute, 90 seconds, just give them a good stir through, warm them through. Now we're going to add tomatoes, a tin of tomatoes, and also our passata or our pasta sauce. And that goes, and then we'll stir that through and we'll leave it to simmer. I'll add some water to that jar and add some extra water to get the right amount of liquid into it, because it is going to simmer and it's going to simmer down, so we need to make sure there's enough liquid. So I'll get some more water in there. So just refill. And I'll do the same with the tomato can. Just wash the tomatoes at the side of the can, get some more liquid, and then stir that through. Be a bit careful because it's pretty full and I don't really want to splash it all over the house. Alright, and that's essentially it, it's done. All it's got to do now is simmer. Normally leave it to simmer for 15-20 minutes. And what I actually do is I cook my white rice, which takes 15 minutes. So I'll cook my white rice at the same time as that's simmering away. So then when the white rice is done, the chili's done as well, and I'm all done. All I've got to do then is portion it up, ready for the week. So here you go, guys, this is what it looks like. I've added that extra water, just stir it so you can kind of see the consistency at the moment. It's quite wet, but we want that to cook down. So we want that to cook down for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it will thicken as it boils and as some of that liquid reduces, and that will help with the flavour. Here it is, guys, just simmering away. I'm just letting some of that liquid cook down and the flavour build a little. So that's been going for about 10 minutes now. Probably another 10 to get it to the consistency I want. I still want some liquid in there because it's nice to have that moisture when you're eating it every day. I don't want it to dry out fully, but I don't want it too wet either. So we'll allow it to simmer for a little bit longer. Alright guys, that's been simmering now for nearly 20 minutes. You can see the consistency. There's still a little bit of liquid in there, but as we turn it off and that cools, that will thicken further. So that's pretty much ready. I'm going to turn the heat off and then we'll be ready to dish it up. Alright guys, I've had time to clean up, cook some rice. Left the chilli to cool down a bit. I'll just show you what it looks like when I portion one up. So these little tubs I use, and they've got a sealable top. Some rice goes in there first, and then some chilli. I'm not using a heap of rice. It's about 1/3 of the tub is rice. I don't want too many carbs in my diet at the moment. And then the rest just gets filled with the chilli. Kind of hard to see without me tipping it, but it'll look like that. And this tub will do 10 of those, so it'll be 2 of those meals a day, 5 days a week. Hope you enjoyed. I'm sure I've forgotten something in that process. I've never done one of these kind of cooking videos before, but if there's anything I've forgotten or good questions, just hit me up with a comment and I'll try and answer them. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, everyone.